Welcome back. Shares of Joby and Archer Aviation both higher today after Canaccord initiated coverage of the eVTOL space, I think it's called, giving both names a buy rating and writing in the note the industry is poised to be so disruptive to ground transportation it could even change your commute to work in the coming decade. Joining me now is Austin Moeller, Director of Equity Research at Canaccord Genuity. Austin, it's great to see you. First of all, welcome. And there's so many skeptics that this is for real. I was caught off guard when I heard the acting FAA administrator telling the Wall Street Journal the other day that he basically is planning for us to have a bevy of, what do we call them, air taxis in the skies and in the years that could very quickly be here to come.
Hi, good afternoon. Great to be here. So as the FAA acting administrator indicated, we're actually quite close to having eVTOL or electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft for urban air mobility applications. As you mentioned, Archer and Joby are relatively close to getting what's called a type certification for their aircraft. Archer's is expected in late 2024 from the FAA, and Joby's is expected in 2025. So after they're type certified, they can begin flying passengers on board.
And you're already talking about a target ticket price of $107. Mostly, would this be getting people to the airport?
Yeah, so the primary mode of transport or route that's expected initially will be the major city center to airport route. So think Manhattan to Newark Airport or Manhattan to JFK, or say like downtown LA to LAX. So that'll primarily be the target transportation route, although we do anticipate that longer duration routes that are already being used heavily by car ride sharing could be also utilized by these aircraft, just given the much higher cruising speeds and the much greater ranges of these aircraft compared to a car. So we could certainly see really, I think, the sweet spot in terms of distances for these aircraft, just given the margins on how much they have to maintain on their battery for regulatory purposes. The best routes will be in the 20 to 50 mile range.
Joby and Archer you're singling out because you think they're closest to getting final approval by regulators, perhaps in 2024 for Archer and 2025 for Joby. We also showed Eve Holding, and again, a lot of these are small market caps and low price stocks, but Eve has yet to fly an aircraft, but has an $8 billion order backlog. So after they are approved by regulators, if that's coming in the next year or two, when could consumers actually start to take a flight on these things?
So it'll depend upon how quickly they're able to manufacture the aircraft at scale. But I would expect to see some of these aircraft delivered to airlines and other operators within 6 to 12 months after certification. It'll be in small quantities initially, just given the aircraft will be in low rate initial production, or LRIP. But once that starts to scale up, you'll start to see them more widespread with the airlines, especially in the major urban areas, the major urban cores like New York or LA or Chicago. You'll start to see those rolled out, at least for the urban metro center to airport trips.